Welcome to the R-Spec Firestrike instructional video. Today I am going to show you how to better care, maintain, and use an R-Spec. And what you'll find is mostly that it is usage that will make you or break you with an R-Spec Firestrike. The R-Spec Firestrike can shoot three types of ammo. And basically it can shoot any streamlined dart, just your normal streamlined dart, normal or Nerf streamlined dart. But do try to make sure it's in decent condition, or that it does take air, that it doesn't curve like that, okay? Because you don't want the head dragging into the dart. It can shoot what I call cut-off streamlined darts, which are a great alternative to basically to Stephens. Because Stephens tend to be hard. However, your disadvantage is that head is really wide and it can still drag and start. So on normal Stephens, if you take a half spear of rubber and put it into, I would say, half-inch backing foam that you would find at either Home Depot or someplace like that. But even better is to go to Remedy metals and get the rod. That's your best bet. Put the spear in there and all that. Put the half spear in there and all that, and put it in the center as much as possible. Because if it's off, it's going to go everywhere. It also makes it so if anybody bans Stephens, they won't ban these usually, and you'll get another 20 feet of range, and they're just cool. They fit in those eight round XI2 brake barrel holders really well, and you can just slap one on top of one of these. So they can shoot those three kinds of ammo. They can shoot them effectively well. The R-Spec is really made to be either a behind barrier sniper weapon where you're trying to pick off people from far away, or as a secondary defense weapon such as in a game such as Humans vs. Zombies, especially when they're not expecting this dart to just go streaking across. Also very good if you're going against opponents that tend to dodge your attacks, because these guns do not let people dodge. They're a great alternative to air guns that are almost always banned from the HVC and take many pumps of cocking effort to work with. This gun only takes one. That's it. Is it as powerful as a Titan rocket shooting a micros? No. But your dart will probably come out in one piece with these rather than those. Provisions for scope, of course, which is using that top rail by either using a Pictionary rail from Slide Development Store. I recommend the half one, the one that's half and half, lining it up, putting it on here on the seam, because you will probably want to redo this and lube it at some point. But me personally, I just took about 4 or 5 layers of duct tape, clamped it on there, and it's not coming off. It's not coming off. It fits perfectly. But you don't want to clamp too hard. This is still ABS plastic. But it does two things. One, it makes this really sturdy on top, and the other thing that it does is that it gives you a provisions for a sight. It looks tactical, but let me tell you one thing about tactical. If you're not going to use it, don't throw it on your gun. It's just useless crap. You know what I mean? So, basically what you want to do is just what I did. You want to take it, you want to line it up, you want to shoot it. Do not shoot try not to shoot anybody within 5 feet. I'm warning you, don't do it. If you do it, you're on your own, okay? And you basically go, there it is. These guns are extremely precise and precisely built to the point that if I were to do this, this is really hard. This is 25 pounds of force. Watch the plunger, will ya? It's going to bulge out about right there and stay, because that's the point where it's compressing air about 3 to 1, and there it is. See it? Now watch. I'm holding it. There it is. Now that is even with a 9/16 sleeve. What happens if I take off the sleeve? Want to see this? Now that we're done with all our bragging bravado of tight seal and tight fit, it is that tight of a seal. So you don't want to be, first when you're loading, you do not want to be loading it with a dart in there. Simply reason you're going to create a vacuum in the gun, because these that are usually loose are not. The reason that the R-Spec does not have the orange band is so you can see these gaps and see what they're doing. In the prototype phases, I noticed that they were breaking apart, so I started to epoxy them together, and now it makes a perfect seal. First off, empty dart. Second off, safe direction. Third, when you pull it, you want to pull it back. If you pull it up, and I'm doing this with my gun, watch what happens. It doesn't catch. Why doesn't it catch? Because your trigger catch on this rod is on the top, where it catches into the trigger catch back here. If it's curved back, it's not going to catch it. So watch what happens when I curve it up. So when I pull it down, watch this. Boom. I would highly recommend you make these little slits right here. Throw silicone grease in those. Those are your grease ports. Down here too, because it puts grease into the gun as you're doing it. And to grease this shaft with silicone grease. Highly recommend it. But the inside of the piston, silicone spray. You can even go on the front here since this doesn't have an air restrictor. Do not dry fire this gun. If you dry fire it, you will probably break it. I am not responsible if you break your gun. And don't drop the gun. If you drop it on here, you'll bend it. It's very easy to fix a bent barrel with simple needle nose pliers by going in the front, as long as you don't bulge the rim. But even if you bulge a bit, that's fine, because I do that to crown it to give it a rounded release. Okay. Anyway, so basically you've got the gun back. Okay. You've got this over here. Now there's two ways you can load this. You can either load this like a normal gun. If you're in a heated battle and you just got to throw it in the front and you just got to blam somebody, you can do that. You're going to get at most 80, 90 flat because you're not pushing it all the way back and taking advantage of the higher air pressure. You can do that. But the best way to do it is to take your dart, put it into the front, as so, and push it all the way down. Another way to protect the barrel is to make a 9/16 barrel sleeve like so. I may be offering that as an aftermarket product. The ones that would fit on these with the longer barrels is this is an experimental one, and this is my gun actually, is that right there. So this is the backup weapon on the SV for what is known as the RX Retaliator. The RX is a prototype. It's basically a super veloce without an air restrictor. So really don't want to dry fire these, but they're not on the market yet. So there you are. That's a 9/16 barrel sleeve, and it not only protects your barrel, but it also makes it so there's a space where there's more space around the dart and there's less friction as it's going out. It's really, really good, but as you can see, my machining here, very tight, perfect fit. I mean, I have it perfectly crest and everything. That's the kind of quality you can expect from me. So, does this come with a light? Yes. Does this come with batteries? No. So how to make a cutoff dart? Very, 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 very simple. You basically take a cutoff dart as a reference that is already made. You take the dart, you blow on it, you make sure that it's not letting through air. Take this as so, and you go like this. Now Remedy Males is making a trimmer, a dart trimmer. Hopefully it will come out. I saw it on Facebook. It's a prototype. Oh man, it's a guillotine cutter that you lay down your foam material. It has a stopper at the end where you can put where you can set the distance of the foam, and you just cut it. And it's like, oh, that's so needed. Okay, and what I do at the end of these, and it works really well with brass barrel gun, any brass barrel gun, is chamfer. So my friend Kyle Pettigrew, he had a Titan barrel attachment for an AS1 Titan that was 17 30 seconds. It was you load it in the breech, and it actually puts it on a Titan rocket launcher. And we shot one of these cutoffs. The thing went like 300 feet. It was amazing. We couldn't even find that. I mean, it was just crazy. We saw it land 300 feet away, but we never found the damn thing. It was in a tree or something, like stuck in there. So another thing you can do with these is you can also use Steffens. Half-inch backing foam. The denser, the better. You can take the curl out and you can form it with a hairdryer and make it flat. And then take some I would say either half-inch rubber spears, or I really think 3/8 is better because it puts more foam around the outside so it doesn't drag on the barrel. On these guns, you don't really have that much of a barrel drag issue, but it does happen. If you ever do, take a car key. Oh, by the way, a car key is soft metal. A screwdriver is not, so don't ever put a screwdriver in these guns because this metal is brass. It's thin, okay? It will scratch. But a car key, so you just pry it out and then prime it and fire it until it's out of your gun, and pretty much it will get out. So here's what you do. Again, you load it, and then you take it and you go like so. Very simple. A back of a Sharpie pen marker works really well. On some of my guns, I have this over here, which I actually, see this, my cutoffs? It fits perfectly in the cap. So a lot of times I use like this Sharpie marker right here, because it puts it in perfectly where I want it, you know. So, and then also a mini Sharpie, like so. Looks like that. You may have to watch this video a few times. I do tend to talk a little fast. I don't mean to, sorry. But, again, grease points. Take it, you fire it. Now, if you guys saw that video where you got R-Spec backfire, where I got welted, it's still sort of there. I got hit without a shirt off, 10 feet away. Bam! You know, these will leave well. So, I will not be responsible if you sit there and you act like some punk and you just shoot your parents in the face or your little sister or something because these ain't not the guns to do it with. In my opinion, the Holy Triads are. So anyway, this is the R-Spec instructional video. If you need me at all, send me an email at thechriscartaya@gmail.com, and I'll give you help, advice, whatever you need. These are also a very good platform for a build-up design, because you already got a gun out of the box that's shooting really, really fast, or a rifle, or a lot of really good things. So I would really, really hope you enjoy this rifle. I built this with great pride and joy, and a lot of time and effort in testing. And I really, really hope that you go and you lay some foam down on those brothers. Take care. Peace out.